Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Wednesday, the 19th of August. Officials are hoping to bolster GPs' confidence in diagnosing and treating endometriosis. Health New Zealand says the newly announced guidelines launching next year will be an adaptation of Australia's, but will include lots from our previous criteria. They'll support GPs to diagnose based on family history, symptoms and examination rather than surgery. National Chief Medical Officer Dame Helen Stokes-Lampard says new training modules will be developed.
We didn't have the backup of a widespread information and education campaign for GPs, so the word hasn't got out as rapidly or as effectively as we would have hoped, and the evidence now is stronger.
Nurses are urging Health New Zealand to get back to basics, claiming it has nothing to show for its winter health plan. The $25 million initiative promised just under 380 additional staff across key hospitals on top of extra beds. However, the nurses' organisation claims wait times and EDs have often been running into double-digit hours this winter. Delegate Tracy Chisholm says the plan hasn't been executed properly.
Let's start at the beginning. Let's help people with education about health. Let's start with propping up primary care where there are not enough doctors.
Signs of recovery for Fletcher Building following the sale of its construction arm. It's announced a full-year net profit of $228 million after reporting a net loss of $419 million last year. A controversial climate law change has passed its final reading amidst an active case against our biggest polluters. The bill blocks liability findings on climate damage for future and ongoing cases. It was introduced after the Supreme Court granted activist Mark Smith the right to sue companies on grounds of causing climate change damage. Justice Minister Paul Goldsmith says the courts are not the right place to resolve claims of harm from climate change. And the government's pledging to return around 3,000 hectares of land and pay more than $400 million in redress to its original owners. The Nelson 10ths Trust Bill has passed its third reading in Parliament, legally marking a significant agreement in Crown Māori relations. Some trust land, including the Abel Tasman Great Walk, will remain in public conservation land for at least 25 years. The Principals Federation is optimistic that political parties from across the spectrum will support an independent body to oversee curriculum reforms. It wants a curriculum and assessment council covering early childhood to secondary school, with changes backed by research, developed with educators and tested before rollout. Federation President Jason Miles says they've talked to most parties about the proposal and all are supportive. Frank Beard, the drummer for legendary rock band ZZ Top, has died, aged 77. To sport, high jumper Hamish Kerr's absence from global competition looks set to continue. His name is now missing from the entry list for this weekend's Diamond League meet in Poland. British heavyweight boxers Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua look set to meet at New York's Madison Square Garden on November 20. 46-year-old two-time winner Venus Williams has been gifted a wild card into the US Tennis Open singles. And Alex Albon will stay at Williams for the next Formula One season after signing a one-year contract extension. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.